Close your eyes and picture the open road, the hum of the engine, the chrome shining in the sun, and the smell of fresh leather seats. America once rolled down highways in cars that felt more like moving works of art than machines. Many of them have slipped from memory, tucked away in garages or history books. Today we're looking at 10 old-school cars you probably forgot existed. Vehicles that once turned heads but have since faded into the background of time. 1. Studebaker Avanti. In the early 1960s, the Studebaker Avanti promised to be the future of American cars. With its sleek fiberglass body and jet-age styling, it was ahead of its time. But financial troubles at Studebaker cut its life short, leaving the Avanti as a rare gem from a company that couldn't keep up with Detroit's giants. Today, it feels like a dream that ended too soon. 2. AMC Gremlin. Launched on April Fool's Day in 1970, the AMC Gremlin was quirky from the start. It was small, boxy, and polarizing, but it gave America its first taste of compact cars during the fuel crisis. People either loved its odd shape or laughed at it, but the Gremlin made its mark before disappearing in the late 70s. It's the kind of car you see in old photos and can't believe was real. 3. DeSoto Firedome. Chrysler's DeSoto brand once carried a sense of elegance and flair. The Firedome, with its bold grille and powerful V8, was a car of status in the 1950s. But by the turn of the decade, DeSoto itself was gone, swallowed by changing markets and corporate cuts. The Firedome remains a forgotten chapter in the story of American luxury. 4. Pontiac Fiero. The Pontiac Fiero looked like a sports car straight out of Europe, but it was proudly American. Introduced in the 1980s, it was meant to be fuel efficient while still fun to drive. Mechanical issues and a rocky reputation ended it early, but for a brief moment, it gave everyday drivers a feeling of sitting behind the wheel of something exotic. 5. Kaiser-Darin. Few cars were as daring as the 1954 Kaiser-Darin. With swooping fiberglass curves and doors that slid forward into fenders, it was unlike anything else on the road. But only a few hundred were made before Kaiser folded. Today, the Darin feels more like a forgotten piece of sculpture than an automobile. 6. Mercury Cougar XR7. Before Mercury faded away entirely, the Cougar was its pride. Sleek, stylish, and slightly more refined than Mustang, it gave drivers muscle with a touch of class. In the 1970s, the XR7 was the dream of many young drivers. Now, it lingers as a memory of when Mercury had a personality of its own. 7. Hudson Hornet. If you remember stock car racing in the early 1950s, the Hudson Hornet was king. With its low step-down design and roaring six-cylinder engine, it dominated NASCAR before NASCAR was cool. But Hudson couldn't survive the industry's shakeups, and the Hornet quietly disappeared. Pixar's cars gave it new life for kids, but a real Hornet was once a hero of the racetrack. 8. Plymouth Prowler. In the 1990s, the Plymouth Prowler looked like a hot rod brought straight from a comic book. With exposed wheels and flashy colors, it was wild, daring, and a little impractical. Plymouth was struggling to stay alive, and when the brand ended, so did the Prowler. Today, it feels like a bold experiment that vanished as quickly as it appeared. 9. Chevrolet Corvair. The Chevy Corvair might be the most infamous car on this list. Launched in 1960 with a rear engine and European-inspired design, it was GM's attempt to compete with imports. But after Ralph Nader's book Unsafe at Any Speed, its reputation collapsed. Though it was innovative, the Corvair became a cautionary tale of how quickly a car could fall from grace. 10. Packard Caribbean. Packard once stood for American prestige. The Caribbean, with its sweeping chrome and powerful engine, was its crown jewel in the 1950s. But as the company declined, so did its flagship. The Caribbean vanished with the Packard name, leaving behind only memories of when Packard was spoken of in the same breath as Cadillac. And there you have it, 10 cars that once ruled the highways but have since drifted into history. Each one tells a story, not just about machines, but about the changing dreams of America itself. Which one of these cars do you remember? Maybe your parents or grandparents drove one. Share your memories in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us again as we bring back the America we remember.